Hey everyone, I hope you had a great weekend and got the opportunity to kick back and consume some Star Wars. I took a bit of my free time to finish reading Thrawn Alliances by Timothy Zahn. Let me know in the comments what Star Wars content are you watching, reading, or playing through right now. In today's video, I want to talk about the connection between Moff Gideon and the Armorer that seemed to have been hinted at in chapter 23 of The Mandalorian. Could they really be working together? And if that's the case, what is their plan? And truthfully, I'm a bit late to this particular conversation regarding the Armorer and Moff Gideon, so you've probably even seen other YouTube theories regarding the Armorer's true loyalty and perhaps maybe Moff Gideon's past. That being said, I do think that I've got a couple different thoughts on this theory and this conversation, at least based on what I've watched on YouTube. That being said, let's jump into the video. One of the key arguments has been the similarities shared between the Armorer and Moff Gideon's helmets. They both have horns on top, which should remind you of Darth Maul. In fact, Gideon's armor even utilizes Maul's iconic black and red color scheme. At the very least, this is a nod to Maul's brief rule over Mandalore after he won the Darksaber from Pre Vizsla and his Death Watch loyalists adopted horned helmets and his color scheme, and then affectionately became known as the Mandalorians. There are plenty of theories making the argument that this means Gideon was loyal to Maul and therefore the Armorer was too. And these theories make sense, but I must ask the question, why would Gideon still be loyal to Maul? At this point in the timeline, the ex-Sith Lord has been dead for 15 years. And there's not much to gain by remaining loyal to Maul, and Gideon doesn't seem like the type to linger over the dead. That being said, the horns could still be a tribute to Maul by Gideon and the Armorer. To me, the horns on Moff Gideon's helmet could be as simple as Gideon reminding the Mandalorian people of Maul, who was the last outsider to overthrow and really take the Mandalorian throne for himself. And now Gideon is a much greater outsider. He wields the power of the Empire. Look, I might be reading too much into the horns. Perhaps they are simply there to denote a loyalty to Maul, but I think Gideon's loyalty is to himself at this point. He rose through the ranks of the ISB or Imperial Security Bureau and played a key role in the Great Mandalorian Purge. So he's loyal to the Empire, at least to some extent, and what I mean is that he's loyal to the remnants of the Empire at this point, but as long as they are unified in his image. This will likely be an interesting tension with Grand Admiral Thrawn at some point. So why is everybody talking about the horns on the helmets of two seemingly disconnected characters? Well, the horns certainly hint at a connection between these two characters, and this is where I think many of the theories on YouTube are spot on right now. The Armorer is likely working for Moff Gideon, and I think they've been playing the long game to eradicate the Mandalorians who survived the Great Purge of Mandalore. My theory is that the Armorer is not even Mandalorian. If she was Mandalorian at some point, her true loyalty is now to the Empire and Gideon. Perhaps she was an ISB agent loyal to Gideon who went deep undercover. Gideon could have sent her to lead or even start the Children of the Watch after the Purge. He would do this in an effort to slowly gather surviving Mandalorians in one place to keep an eye on them until it was time for him to strike. If this is the case, I understand the Armorer's back and forth attitude toward Bo-Katan. She's gone from telling her people that Bo was a disgraced ruler to allowing Bo-Katan to remove her helmet and go bring the Night Owls to their base on Navarro. It could also explain why she quickly changed her attitude toward Bo-Katan's claim that she saw a mythosaur on Mandalore. I believe that the Armorer and Gideon would be working together in order to round up all of the Mandalorians in the galaxy so that at the right time, Gideon could finish what he started during the Great Purge. By the way that chapter 23 ended, it would appear that the right time has arrived. Most of the known surviving Mandalorians are now in one place, and Gideon has the forces to defeat them. Conveniently, the Armorer left Mandalore just before Bo, Din, and the rest of the scouting group were ambushed by Gideon and his Beskar-clad troopers. She was shuttling the Mandalorians who claimed to have never left Mandalore back to the fleet so that they could get medical attention. The thing is, I don't even trust these Mandalorians either. In fact, I'm skeptical that they are even Mandalorians. It's quite possible that the Armorer is flying a ship full of Imperial loyalists in order to avoid ambush, but also to take back Moff Gideon's light cruiser. This would lead to an even deadlier situation for Bo-Katan and the others who are still on the planet. Considering this fleet is their only source of power against the Imperial base on Mandalore, if they lost it to the Armorer and these potential spies, that could be a very deadly situation. Losing the fleet of ships would make the Mythosaur Bo-Katan's only hope for storming the Imperial base with any real power. And I believe this would be the moment that Bo-Katan decides taming the Mythosaur is what must be done. What do you think of Moff Gideon and the Armorer at this point? Are they working together? If so, what is their endgame? We'll find out soon because the finale of season 3 is coming out tomorrow. Be sure to leave a like for the video on the way out, and I'll catch you in the next one. May the Force be with you.